My favourite book when I was younger was We're Going on a Bear Hunt by Michael Rosen. This is my favourite book because I remember having this book read to me when I was in year 1 by my year 1 teacher, and I loved joining in with all the actions.
My favourite book growing up was Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. It was written and set in Yorkshire, where I'm from, and as a child we used to go to the Bronte's house, Howth Parsonage, and I was so excited to see the original teeny-weeny handwritten copies of all the Bronte sisters' books. So I was delighted to do this one for my O-level as well. It's a sweeping romance, so as you get older, read this one, guys, it's fantastic.
The book is Danny the Champion of the World by Roald Dahl. It's all about the amazing adventures a boy has with his dad. I used to live in a village with fields and pheasants and farmers, and I always used to imagine what it would be like creeping around the woods at night, poaching pheasants in the dark.
My favourite book from when I was little is Dogger by Shirley Hughes. I love the illustrations on the inside and I love the story. I remember my mummy reading it to me when I was little.
Oh, sorry, you've caught me reading my favourite book. It's Tales of Outer Suburbia by Sean Tan. The reason I like this book is there's lots of unusual stories, such as this one called Distant Rain, which is about lots of pieces of paper that are blown away and then come together to form stories as they're glued together by the rain. The other reason I like it is because the stories, you can take them at face value and just enjoy them as they are, but also some of them have some really nice messages behind them as well, which for older children as well are really nice.
Green Eggs and Ham, written by Dr. Seuss. He's one of my favorite authors. I love this book because it has simple languages and it rhymes, it has humors, and the illustration is fabulous. I really enjoy this book.
My favourite book is Matilda by Roald Dahl, and the reason for that is because Matilda was the first main character that I read that I identified with because she had a secret special gift and I really liked it, and I would always try and move things with my eyes. It didn't work, but I really liked it.
My favourite book when I was little was Peter Pan. I loved that it was full of magic, and I really liked the idea of never growing up. So if I were you guys, become Peter Pan and don't grow up.
My favourite book is Dustbin Baby, and it's by Jacqueline Wilson, and I love the way that she writes. I find that her characters are really relatable, and I find her stories appeal to everyone of all ages.
Hand of Surprise is my favourite book because I love learning about different cultures and they inspire me to travel.
One of my favourite books is The Gruffalo by Julia Donaldson, but I couldn't find it in the library today, so I've got the next best thing, which is The Gruffalo's Child. I love how she tells the story, but particularly how this has got a twist to The Gruffalo, and it's all about the big bad mouse.
Oh, hi there. My favourite book is There is a Boy in the Girls' Bathroom. It's my favourite at the moment because it is our class book and we are thoroughly enjoying the cliffhangers and the really funny moments where he keeps popping in the girls' bathroom.
My favourite book is The Twits by Roald Dahl. I like this book because I really like Roald Dahl's style of writing. It was the first book I remember my dad reading to me when I was young, and when I became a teacher, it was the first book that I used to teach writing to my class.
My favourite book is this because it gives you some really simple information on how to keep yourself really healthy and well.
你好，你读过这本书吗
David, in English please.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Hi, I really love this book. I've been reading this with my daughter, The Wonder, and it's a great book, and I really think it's very touching and very motivating and very encouraging. I recommend you to read it.
My favourite book is J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series. I have loved each and every one of them. Every time I finish a book, I just can't wait to start the next one. That's why they're the best.
My favourite book to read with my class is Goodnight Mr. Tom. I really enjoy this book because it helps me learn all about the war and what it was like to be evacuated, and I find it really fascinating, but it's also got some very sad parts and some very funny parts. So overall, a great read.
I really love The Way Back Home by Oliver Jeffers. I think it's a fabulous book because the illustrations are wonderful, and I also like his other stories, such as The Day the Crayons Quit.
My favourite book is Peter Rabbit, and believe it or not, I loved it so much that my first word that I ever said was Peter, and I used to call all rabbits Peters.
My favourite book when I was a little girl was Shh. I loved this book because my mum used to read it to me, and the whole way through you have to be really quiet and
and use your quietest voice, and then you keep peeping through to see if the giant has woken up, and there's loads of pop-ups, and at the end of the book it becomes a little bit scary and he wakes up and you have to shout really loudly, shut the book!